Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you're all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex, and I'm going the wrong way up the motorway here. I should probably flip around. There we go. And welcome back to some more GTA 5, where today I am in a car that you probably haven't seen before. This is definitely a whole brand new interior from what I understand. I don't think this has actually been another car. Okay. I guess that's that car ruined, and I guess that's me now showing the outside. Sort of. Well, there's the underside of it. There we go. Hang on a minute. Let me just start that again. Okay, we're back on dry land now, and I'm back in the interior of this, and of course, this is what the outside looks like. So this is a new version of the Adder. This is basically the new version of the Bugatti Veyron that they're bringing out. And the interesting thing with this is like a brand new car, but Rockstar have already decided that that's not enough, and they want to have a custom version of this. So there's actually two different versions of this car that I'm going to be showing you guys today. There's this, and then there's what I would probably call the Benny's version, which is like the one that you get upgraded. You have to go take to a garage and get upgraded. And what I'm going to do today, it seems like I'm actually at the airport. I've had a good idea. I'm going to do a speed test, because from what I hear, this is now the new fastest car in GTA Online, possibly all of GTA together. And I thought that was going to open for me. Hang on, let me just cheat my way through. There we go. Actually, I want to get through there as well. Never mind, I just cheat again. So what I want to do is I want to find out which one is the fastest between this and the custom one. I guess the custom one's definitely going to be faster, but I'm going to do it in 4 different ways. I'm going to do this stock, custom stock, this tuned, custom tuned, and then once we've done all that and we've found out which one is fastest, I guess we could probably already guess, but I want to see just how much faster it is. I'm then going to take them both over in this form and the modified form over to Los Santos Customs / Benny's / playing around in menus customs mod, and we're going to see which ones have some cool stuff that we can add to them. I don't know, some different spoilers, exhaust, I don't know what I can do to them, but I'm going to take them and do all the visual tuning afterwards. But first of all, we're going to find out the times. But before we get into all of that, there's going to be some comments and questions on the screen. If you would like your comments and questions featured, you can leave them in the comments section below. I'll pick some at random and feature them at the start of the next video. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Links to my Twitter are in the description below. And don't forget, we also have a sponsor on the channel, which is Lootcrate, lootcrate.com /Figure8. There's also some codes in the description of every video where you can get some money off as well, so check those out. Okay, so before we start getting too hasty with this, I might as well just show you around this car and introduce you to the other one. I'm sort of going to go back and forth between these because I don't really know where to start first and what to show you guys. But if we just jump into this view and just have a look around, we can see. So this is actually, it's not actually the new Veyron, is it? Isn't it called the Chiron? I think I said Veyron at the start. I can't remember what I said. But this is supposed to be based on the Bugatti Chiron. And it's very interesting looking. There we go. We've got that nice huge side vent all the way up there. Some carbon fiber right there. Going all the way around with these big, massive exhausts right there. There's our bumper. There's our splitter, plates, everything like that. In fact, let's open up the boot / bonnet and see what it's like underneath. Oh, look at that. Look, you can actually see some of it from the top, though. Well, that looks amazing. Although I don't think you're going to get much room. No, you're not going to see much out the back in this thing. But I do like that they've added a different dashboard. So I have a feeling, considering this is a custom dashboard, that there might be some more tuning stuff to this, that we might be able to change the dashboard or strip the interior. Oh, look at those seats. That looks so nice. So here we are with just this bit open. Apparently, you can't actually open this bit with the engine. If I try and get my camera in here, you can probably see that that's the only bit of the engine that they actually made. They didn't make a bit that goes underneath, so they only have the bit of the engine that's actually visible, which is interesting. And in the front here, it's just a big empty frunk. That's pretty much it. Right, let's spawn in the other one so we can see what the custom version of this is like. And here it is. Look at this. Just look at how this compares. I have a feeling right now that this one doesn't have anything, but obviously this must have the same dashboard, right? Yes, this has the same sort of dashboard. Is it exactly the same? It's exactly the same. So, of course, I reckon there must be more to it, but I reckon this is going to be the tunable one. Maybe there's not much to do on the standard one. Maybe it's just this, and maybe there's just like engine and that's it. And this is the tunable one. But good God, look at the difference between these. So this looked mad as it is, but this one has got this like, it looks like a GT90 exhaust. Actually, not entirely, because the GT90 was a triangle. Well, who has that? Is it Pagani has something similar to that? Anyway, it looks absolutely amazing. It's got a gigantic spoiler on it. And apart from that, what else have we got? We've got these weird little tiny little wing mirrors. In fact, isn't that a camera? pretty sure that's supposed to be a camera. What's the other one got on it? This one actually has wing mirrors. This has like these tiny little camera looking things. So maybe there's actually supposed to be on the screen here, it's supposed to actually show you everything. Isn't that the future, now that we have like cameras and stuff instead of these big massive glass wing mirrors? I don't know how that's better. It's just so natural just to have a mirror. I don't know, it's obviously for aerodynamics or whatever. But yeah, there we go. It's got a red rim around the wheels, which the other one doesn't have. And it's got a big, massive splitter down the bottom there. Right, I have a feeling that actually the engine won't be viewable. In fact, let's just sneak in. Yeah, okay, there's nothing to see on the engine. It's just that bit up the top, actually. Is there something? Oh, no, that's just the stuff that's underneath, isn't there? So, yeah, no visible engine. I imagine inside there is just the frunk. Yeah, it's just, there's nothing. There's nothing. Right, let's see which of these is quicker then by taking a run up this strip right here. Okay, here we are. So I'm not going to do the whole, like, revving and going thing, which I've been sort of doing on and off with all these different videos. I'm just going to mash my finger down on the trigger of my Xbox controller and just go. And we're just going to see from that. Now, I know the problem is the way that it lets you start. If you don't steer, it does actually go off course a bit. So I do have to steer, and I am aware that that's going to affect the speed. But if I do the same with every car, then it shouldn't really impede on the results too much because each car's had to do this exact same thing. Here we go. We're going to get 108 miles an hour top speed, 21.8 seconds on that time, and a 4.5 seconds 0 to 60. That's a pretty respectable time. But I reckon that the modified one could get under 20 seconds, and maybe we could see like a 3-second 0 to 60. That's my guess. I don't know, maybe you can leave your guesses in the comment section, but that's my guess right now of how the next one is going to compare. Let's see. Okay, and go! Yep, and it's going to go off to the right again, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to actually just sort of tweak the steering right now. I don't think that's really going to change it from what I did a minute ago, where it sort of veered a bit too far left. It should be fine. So here we go. We're already hitting 100 miles an hour. Ooh, maybe we won't get to 108 miles an hour. No way that this could be slower. Oh, it's going to be 108 again. Oh my god, 20.9 and a 4.2 second 0 to 60. So actually, speed-wise in standard form, these two things aren't that different. This one is just ever so slightly faster. Ever so slightly, but nothing that's really sort of... I don't think in a race, if you race these two together, I think it might just be down to driver more than car who would actually win, because this is not that much faster. Right, so let's just go back to the original one then. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in every single tuner part into it possible to make it as quick as we can. Okay, so here we are in menus, customs. And also, I just noticed there's actually a little reversing light down the bottom there that you can see. I thought it was pretty nice. And actually, the brake lights actually look really cool because they're like in a ring. I like how they look. They're awesome. So we actually have some bumpers and stuff. So there is stuff that we're going to be looking at, but we're going to do that afterwards. We're just going to be doing tuning parts for now. So I'm just going to go for engine, upgrade level 4. Brakes we don't really need to worry about, but just in case it affects something, I'm just going to put it all to full. Race transmission full. What else we've got? We've also got turbo, and I believe that's it. Now apparently, if you get the off-road wheels, it makes it slightly better, but I don't know, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep it standard for people who don't really want to do that. So there we go. That's everything done for that turbo, engine, transmission, brakes, and there was nothing for the suspension, so that's perfectly fine. Right, let's see how much faster this one is. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, go. No wheel spin, no nothing. Bit of a correction. This is looking good. 3.5 second 0 to 60. That's already a pretty good increase on what we already had. I think that's like a whole second, actually. I've got to admit that I have already forgotten, but I know you guys will remember / will go back in the video to check. Wow. 19.2 seconds. I know some of you guys said that actually that time's wrong because it changes, but it doesn't matter. That's still the time that it sets as the completed time, so I'm not going to go by the last time that I saw before hitting the pink thing. Even if that time is slightly not true and slightly longer than it should be, to me it doesn't matter because it's just a comparison of like percentages, how much percentage faster is something over the other. 118 miles an hour top speed, so that is a huge increase. This thing is damn quick. Okay, so here we are, and I can see that there is so much stuff to do with this car. I'm very excited to see what we can do. But first of all, let's just go with all the tuner stuff. So we have engine. Let's go for a level 4. Transmission. Race transmission. Don't forget brakes as well. Race brakes, just in case that might affect anything on the acceleration. I don't think it does, but just in case. And turbo. Right, that's all that done. Let's see if this is any better. And go! I'm expecting this to be... Oh, 3.3. It's only 0.2 of a second faster. So it seems that this one is actually... The last one is still tunable, but I think this one is supposed to be the core and just ever so slightly faster. But still, actually, 19.1, 3.3. Do you know what? That's like 1 mile an hour faster, like maybe point something of a second faster. It really isn't like a noticeable difference. It's slightly faster, but it's not sort of like, whoa, that's worth my extra money. I think the only reason why you would buy this is sort of a status thing, because this one does look so much more meaner and so much more cooler than the other one. But maybe for those of you that just want the speed, maybe I don't think it's worth it, especially considering that this is like $3 million in game on GT Online or something crazy, which is like, how does that work out? That's like 30 quid or some mad number. It's an absolutely ridiculously expensive car, whichever way you look at it. If you bought this with shark car money, it's like the price of the game. Actually, that's bad. I don't even want to think about the price of this online because it's so stupid. Right, there we go. Let's go take these over to the garages and see what we can do to them then. Okay, so here we are with the standard Nero, and I'm probably not going to spend much time on this. I'm just going to storm through just to see what we've got, because I think the main car is going to be the main build to worry about here. So here we have bumpers. So we have the stock, we have secondary color splitter, and then we also have carbon splitter. I'm just going to go for carbon. Mind you, the secondary actually matches that bit at the bottom, so solid. I'm going to go for secondary. Exhaust, we have stock. We have carbon surround, which is pretty cool. Ah, that's curious. So we can actually get the exhausts from the other Trufe Nero in this one. That's interesting. There we go. Then we have the carbon ones. Primary hex exhaust, which is pretty cool. And then the carbon hex exhausts. Cool. Well, I might go for the carbon with the quad thing, because I think it looks pretty cool. So I'm going to go for that. On the hood, we have the stock. Then we have the primary, which has just got a little secondary color going down there. Different sort of secondary color thing, and then we have the carbon version. I'm gonna go for just like the, just go for that with the stripes, or is it not really worth it? I don't know. Actually, I'm not entirely sure, because that doesn't really match up. The lines don't match up with the bit on the side. This one more so, actually, so I'm gonna go for the secondary. On the lights, it's just normal set of headlights. So we go for some xenons. Why not? Plates, we'll keep it to black because it actually blends in with the back bit there. Skirts, we have stock, we have secondary, we have carbon. I'm going to go for secondary. Transmission, we're not even going to worry about that. We've already done all this. And wheels. Well, I quite like how the originals look. I don't think if you put anything like Sport on, they're going to look anywhere near as cool, especially because they're a lot smaller as well. So, those standard wheels, perfect. And, of course, some windows to top it off. I'd stick a light smoke on there, but whatever. Right, respray. Now, a lot of times I spend so much time worrying about all these color things, so I'm going to try and, like, skip each bit instead of me sitting and go, oh, red, orange, yellow. So I'll just go, look, here's the color, then magic of editing, there'll be the color, because I spend way too much time worrying about the color. So let's find me a primary color. Okay, and actually, because there's so many different color things, I don't know what to pick, so I'm just going to pick a random color and then see how the next one looks. So I'm going to go for a midnight silver on the primary, just to see what we have on the secondary. Ah, so there's that color. So what's the trim color? Oh, so we can even change the interior color on this one. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Right, now let me decide a color scheme for this thing. Okay, so I've decided to go for black and do yellow. I don't know why this isn't really nice looking, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that bit on the front because I'm not liking how that looks. I think it looks better without it, or even just sort of the carbon thing, but it is black. In fact, the line down the middle, actually, do you know what? I'm just going to go for that. It's not my favorite color scheme, but it's something that's different. I think it looks best from the back, because it looks like it's mostly that color car with like that color stripe down it, but I'm not too sure on this bit down here, but I like how it looks from the back. So there we go. And I guess we should have the trim to match and do yellow. That's a god-awful color. Don't know what I've done. But oh well, there's a thing, because actually I just want to pay more attention to the main thing of this video. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? Okay, I'm here with the new custom True Fade, and I've got to repair it because I actually hit the door on the way in. There we go. Right, that's all done. Didn't have to worry about spending any money on that. This is not GT Online. I don't have to spend any of my money, which is exactly how I like it. And I do recognize the fact that because I'm playing in single player, there might be a bug where some bits are missing. So I'm going to tune it in Benny's first, then we're going to run through menus customs just in case I missed anything. So we're not going to worry about horns or armor or brakes because we've already worried about all of that. Let's just move on to the visual side of things. So we have, for the front bumper, we have the standard. Then we have this one which just changes those bits to the primary color. We can also change that bit to the secondary color, or we can have that as carbon. I'm feeling like carbon is going to be almost like our secondary color for this car. So I'm going to make this quite carbon heavy if possible. So I'm going to go for carbon. On the rear bumper, we have none. Then we have the primary color diffuser and the secondary color. Well, it was actually already carbon. So I guess I'm going to keep that standard. But, well, actually, I don't know. Maybe I'll go for the... Okay, I'm going to go for primary because it's just something a bit different. But I'm not entirely sold on it, to be honest. Exhausts, well, we have the stock, which is actually the quad thing. Then we have the carbon surround. Then we have a return to the previous one, which is interesting for those of you who might have preferred these exhausts. Then we have that one with the carbon thing. Then we have the hex. Actually, these are exactly the same as the previous one. But I'm going to go for the carbon with the hex one because it's just different. But I've got to say that my favorite is probably either this or the quad. I do think they're the nicest. But hex is different, so we'll go for hex. On the fenders, well, this is just going to get rid of the vents on this bit. But I think as this is supposed to be the mean, awesome looking car, you obviously want to have the vents. It looks so much better with the vents, so I'm not getting rid of those. Roll cage, well, we have none. Then we have the primary color, as you can see there, the secondary color, and then interior color. I'm going to go for the interior color on that one, so it can all match later on. Grille, we have stock. Then we have primary color surround there, secondary color surround, and carbon surround. Again, I'm going to go for the carbon surround, but I got to say, apart from that, I actually prefer the standard. I think it looks nice with that little chrome bit around it. Don't think that all the primary color thing blending in is actually going to look that nice. On the hood, well, it's actually, oh, hang on. It is actually the bit at the front. It's just because this is single player. If we look there you go. You can see it. There you go. I'm going to go for all carbon. Looks absolutely amazing. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Onto the roof. We have the carbon roof. Oh, that's going to put carbon all the way across. This is going to be an absolute carbon machine. So much carbon. If this was a real car, the spec list for this thing would be into the millions by now, easily. Spoilers. Oh. Whoa, apparently we don't have a camera for the spoiler. Oh dear. Hang on. We'll move on for now, because if that keeps happening, we'll just modify the rest outside. So I guess we'll leave spoilers till afterwards. Door speakers. Well, here's the stock doors. There's the interior race doors, and then the carbon versions. I'm going to go for the carbon versions. Again, we're going to make this a proper all-out race car. Leather seats. We have not many to pick from. We have this one. Then it goes back to like the stock sort of like crappy aftermarket racing ones, which compared to the stock ones look naff. Then we had the ballistic fibers and the carbon sport seats. That's actually a shame because I think the stock seats look better. So I'm actually just going to stick with the standard seats on that one. Window decorations. We have primary color detail. Oh, it's that bit around there. Again, the chrome looks nice. The chrome is best. Primary color, no. Secondary color, I mean, I like that it sort of blends it in. But chrome looks best. But we also have the carbon. And if we're going to go for the whole carbon theme, then let's go for carbon. Livery. Oh, we'll leave that till last, actually. Bodywork. We have aerials. Remove pins on the front. Well, if this is going to be a race car, then we want to keep those. Then there's also flush mount black. Oh, flush mount black ones. Oh, I guess that's better, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, we'll go for that one then. In carbon as well. Trim is going to be the True Fade banner. Oh, I don't like that. No, no, no. No, sorry. I do not like that. I'm not going to go for that one. On the engine, well, we have the upgrade, but we also have the engine block tuning as well. So there we have the stock color, which is the primary. Then we have the secondary color. Then we have the carbon. I'm actually going to go with the, I guess, the standard then, because I'm probably going to make the secondary and the primary the same color for this one and make carbon like the secondary color. So in that case, I like the fact that that's not all going to blend in with carbon. Or do I? Ah, sod it. I'm going to go for carbon. Sod it. I'm just going to keep that as a carbon block then. On the roof this time. Oh, no roof. That's... Apparently we don't have a roof. Okay, that might be a bit bugged. Again, as I said, this is single player. We're going to find bugs. We can worry about what's missing in a minute. Number plate is just the... oh, there's the vanity plate. Oh, okay, that's something different. So we have the canard removal, which is that bit there on the right that you can see. Or we can have it in primary color or secondary color. Well, I want it in the carbon with the big, massive canard thing, so we're going to keep that. And plate color, well, it's black, blends in. Keep it black. Lights, headlights, xenons. There we go. Let's just put the... You can't even see them on this one. Neons, we're not going to worry about any of that sort of stuff. Window tint, let's just go for a light smoke, and there's also turbo, respray, and wheels. I'm not going to touch the wheels because, again, they're just perfect for this car. None of the other wheels look that nice, so I'm not going to worry. Right, let's find me some good paint colour then. Okay, so I've just come into a quandary, actually, whilst trying to put my secondary colour to match. I was going to do these both taxi yellow, but I'm sort of feeling like I could go for this orange, and it makes it slightly darker and sort of breaks it away a bit, but it doesn't make it too obvious. Or does it? Does that look like... Actually, thinking about it, it sort of looks like the paint's faded in that way. Okay, let's just make this all taxi yellow then, because I think all the other yellows are a bit naff. Yep, okay, taxi yellow for all. And, just noticed, it also changes the colour of the tyre rim. Cool. Oh, yeah, also, look, you can see the bits underneath. Do you know what? They're not so bad. They're alright, they could be better, but this is supposed to be an all-and-out, sort of mentalist-looking version of the original Nero. And I guess that's working. This does look pretty mental. Now, I did say I was going to leave the livery till last, but I know that we're definitely missing some bits, so I'm going to do this bit outside, then go back in at the end and worry about the livery. So let's just go to Menus Customs here, our lovely trusty Menus Customs, and see what we're missing here. So first of all, we have the dashboard colour. I don't know if this is actually... look, that's just... Oh, that's going to be the lights, isn't it? So I guess we'll keep that as white for now. The interior colour, again, I'm not sure if this is... that's that bit there. Okay, so... If we get this to match on the yellow, maybe, should we just have, like, or maybe orange? Whoa! Okay, that's bright. That's super bright. Oh my god. Actually, I guess if I had this sort of car, I probably wouldn't color code the interior. I'd probably want to keep it as plain as possible. So let's just see, not dark steel or carbon blacks, maybe a bit too black, graphite black. Anthracite black looks nice. It's not too much. I just wish we could have changed the colour of, like, the stitching and something like that and made that orange instead, because this is probably a bit too far. Okay, so, as expected, we did actually have some more stuff. There is dashboard stuff as well, which, obviously, we don't really get in Benny's in single player. So, we have the stock dash, then we have the... Whoa! Whoa! What? Okay, just look at this. Okay, I can't get over just the ridiculousness of everything. That is an insane change. Well, there we go. There's the suede race interior and then the full carbon. That's fantastic. That is absolutely brilliant. Look at all those switches. That's amazing. Right, let's just go for the carbon then because that looks brilliant. On the doors, we already have that all carbon. That's all set up. Seats. Let's just get a closer look at what those seats actually looks like because they look like the NAF ones. Yeah, they were. Look, why would you pick those? I guess we have the carbon, but they look a bit shit. So... These ones are so much nicer, and they look like what you would expect from like a race car as well. Sort of slightly padded, carbon bit there. Yeah, they're fine. Steering wheels then, I think the stock steering wheel is probably good enough for this, but if we're going to go for a race one, probably won't have one of these because that looks like something you'd find out of an old 80s, 90s Skyline. I don't think any of these are probably going to be as fancy enough. Oh my god, I can see Michael's inside Michael's face. Ugh. Well, there we go, it's a bit of an odd angle, but it will do. I don't think any of these are going to... Mind you, the professional... The clubman... Actually, the professional sort of works because it's got all the buttons and it looks quite racy and it's also got the paddle shifters and stuff. So, I'm going to go for the rally clubman one. Oh, yeah, and also the spoiler because that broke outside. So, there's that spoiler. That's the stock one. Then we have the carbon spoiler, which also has the True Fade logo on there. Then we have the mid-level, which is just not as fancy as it also has that bar that comes up on this one, which you don't get on the other ones. No, that's just not as good. Then we have the mid-level wing spoiler. Still nice looking, though. Then we have the low-level. Again, these look nice, but I really sort of like that original one because it's just super crazy. Although that is mad. That does look mad with the Pro Race level GT spoiler. But... Oh, God. Or should we just go for, like, the carbon version of that? Just more carbon. Sod it. We'll just go for more carbon. Why not? Right, well, as that's done, let's just jump in and check out these liveries then. Could have looked at the liveries outside, but I quite like being in these garages because it's just nice in here. So this is none. Then we have this one, which just has some basic text and stuff on it. Then we have this one. Then we have the Pendulous, which is going to give us a couple of different color options here. Although, is it always going to be white? Because I didn't think we had an option for livery coloring. We might have to check the colors in a second. So then we have the Belico one with a... Oh, it's white livery and blue livery. Oh, so they are just white liveries. Oh, right. Okay. Well, white and yellow isn't too bad. I don't know. Then we also have the Junk livery with a red bottom on it. Then we've got the Sprunk livery, which actually sort of matches with the yellow. the Jackal one, which actually matches with the yellow quite well. And then we also have a red version, which doesn't match so much. Do you know what? I'm actually going to go with that and make this like a proper race car. Because I think that that blue sort of goes with this orange/yellow. I think that's alright, you know? I'm sure some of you are going to disagree and think that I've completely ruined this thing. But as I've tried to make this sort of like a super lightweight race car version of this, but also extreme, but also something that they probably could sell to the public, I think this is alright. I think I fulfilled what I came out to build. I think this is pretty nice, but I'm sure you guys can let me know in the comment section below what you think, but that is going to be it for this video. If you've enjoyed this video, please let me know by rating, commenting, and subscribing. And don't forget, with all of these cars, you can follow me on Twitter at Figureight and just like take a picture of your car and show me it. If any of you bought this in online, or maybe you're doing exactly what I've done and you spawned this in offline, just send me a screenshot. I would love to see how you guys have built yours. It's very interesting when you guys sent me all your sort of Elegy retro ones, the older R32 Skyline ones. There were some interesting builds there. You guys have got a lot of variety, and you know, it gives me some ideas and gives me an idea of the sort of stuff you guys are into as well. So there we go, guys. That is it. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.